come with us as we take on what some people call the hardest day hike in the USA.
All right, it is 4:15 a.m. We woke up early because we are doing our top bucket list hike this morning, the Enchantments. This hike is the most epic day hike you can do. It is 19 hours, you gain 5,000 feet of elevation, but you lose 7,000 feet of elevation. You start in one place and you go to another. So there's a few options. One, you can drop off a car at the end point. Two, you can take a car to the end point and get a shuttle to the starting point, and that's what we're doing. So we have a shuttle at 5:15 a.m. picking us up at the end point, taking us to the starting point. They say it takes an average of 8 to 15 hours. There's no average. So we'll just see how long it takes us. We're hoping it takes us like less than, I would say 13 hours would be the hope. We've got a lot of food packed. We've got a lot of layers because we don't know what the weather is. It's early September. And I hope we see some fall colors and some mountain goats up there. But I'm really excited to take you along. Okay, it is 4:30. We are heading out. We're staying at an Airbnb because we're going hiking with our friends, not just us. Al, meet the camera. This is Allie. We're all staying in this Airbnb. Also, so we're not exhausted after the, like, we are going to be exhausted, so we can just crash. We're packing up our bags, and then we're heading out.
Don't bring the whole roll of toilet paper. Bring like, you take some off and you fold it up, and then put it in the baggie.
That's gonna take forever.
You just no, just.
Someone needs help.
It's better. No, you're doing it wrong.
Al.
It's better to go like this around yourself.
Alp, how many hikes have you done in your life?
3, maybe 4.
Got new shoes.
He loves that he's taking on this very hard hike. Yeah, new shoes. Don't recommend bringing new hiking boots, but we've got blister Band-Aids. Yeah, he didn't have old ones, so we're working with what we're working with.
This is not enough toilet paper at all. I'm a minor.
All right, it's 5 o'clock.
So comfortable.
Woo! So many cars. We had to park pretty far away to walk to the shuttle. Now we're walking. Look at all these cars. There's 56 of us going at this time for the shuttles.
We got in our shuttle, which took us 30 minutes from the Snow Lake Trailhead to the Stewart Lake Trailhead, which is where we started our journey to the Enchantments.
So, when you get to the trailhead, you have to fill out a wilderness permit to say that you're going. It's like 5:40 a.m. and how's everyone feeling?
Wonderful.
Good.
Chill.
It's 5:48. We just started the hike. Alp and I are in good spirits. The other two seem tired.
As soon as you hit the trail, it's a difficult climb. The first portion of it climbs 2,200 feet in just under 4.5 miles to get to Colchuck Lake.
Right. We are already delayering. I brought a puffer, this mid layer, another thermal layer, and a tank top, as well as 2 sandwiches, 2 bars, headlamp, winter hat, gloves, 3 liters of water, and hiking poles.
Everybody make sure you drink
and hiking
water.
boots and blister tape. And a bathing suit and a towel. That's all the things I have for this hike.
I do go like half a mile.
Taking some layers off.
You feel so good.
So much.
Feels so much better now. And it's already beautiful out.
Beautiful here.
Hello, camera.
Hello, Dale.
We are in Washington in the US, in North America. This is what it looks like around us.
That's what happens when you ask Dylan to take a video.
My friend,
Why he's not the video person. Just took a break for the toilet. It's daylight out. Dylan didn't tell anyone what's happening. We're on a flat. My hair is wet and I'm gonna try and braid it while we walk. And everyone's feeling good so far. So that's good news. We're 2 miles in. We're doing great. 2,000 feet up.
I'm cold.
I'm all the way up.
Cold.
I'm wet and it's windy.
It is, yeah.
And you're sweating.
And I'm sweating.
That's like Dylan's, we're in North America right now. Like, you're just like objective truths, like simple sentences.
It's Saturday.
September.
We're only 4 beers in.
We're no beers in. It's a lie.
Speak for yourself. What do you think I have in my
I
pouch?
didn't even have a drink last night. I was just pouring brewskis in there.
Just Pilsner.
We made it to Colchuck Lake. And it's absolutely stunning.
That is beautiful. The picture is just wild.
This is the prettiest thing ever. I'm gonna live here now. I'm not going on because we have to climb up that. No, thank you.
Colchuck Lake seriously blew my mind. It's one of the most incredible lakes that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I definitely want to return to Washington just so I can hike to Colchuck Lake, enjoy the water, go for a swim, and spend a day there because I did not get enough time. Although we did take about an hour break to enjoy the scenery, we had to move on to get this hike done.
We're all doing great. It's beautiful out today, except that it's very gray, but it's still beautiful. It's a little chilly. But otherwise, it's almost time to get up to Asgard, where we will be going very slow.
If you don't know, Asgard Pass is known as the most difficult portion of the trail. It gains 2,000 feet of elevation in just 3/4 of a mile. It's incredibly steep.
About to get to Asgard. I see like hundreds of people up there. Right up there. It's gonna be fun. Beautiful views behind us. We're on Asgard. We're doing great. Everyone's crushing it. We're only like 10 minutes in, but got a lot more to go. But we got this. Calves are burning, knees are hurting.
Dogs are barking.
Yeah, but we're making it.
My dogs are barking. Like, why is that? Your feet aren't dogs, first of all. They're not cute enough. They're barking. They're not saying shit, you know? They're silently yelling at you. They're just like, what is this shit? Oh, see, now it's
If you know the origin, let us know
I need to find the origin.
in the comments.
We were probably taking a break every couple minutes or so because this part of the hike was so incredibly steep and challenging. Usually people see mountain goats along this part of the trail, but unfortunately, we did not get the fortune to see them.
So close. Definitely a tough climb, but stunning views. And I feel pretty good. How you guys feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
That's fucking tastic. Look at this view. You can't beat that. Oh, you can. That's good up there.
All right, the top is just above there. We're really making it far, and these colors are coming out there. Yeah. This one.
Dogs barking.
They are. How do you feel?
This will be your first hike ever.
You did it.
I did it.
You're the king of the world.
It's 11:18. We're now seated for a break, so it took us a little less than 2 hours, basically 2 hours. Freaking gorgeous. We're about to get into the enchantments after the frozen section. It's really cold up here now. After sitting for a while, we're gonna hit the trail again. We didn't sit that long. We sat for like 15 minutes and we're gonna keep moving. We're in the core enchantments. The forever frozen part was not frozen. And wow! We just saw a hoary marmot. First wildlife other than chipmunks of the day. Dylan just had an epic fall, caught himself, and then turned around to look at his audience.
I didn't realize it was snow.
And then completely fell in front of everyone. It was a good time. Yeah. Toilet. This is a toilet. Great views, but everyone can see you.
We were finally wandering through the Enchantment Zone, which is known as the most scenic part of this trail, as there are plenty of alpine lakes to hang out at. It is the most coveted permit for backpacking, and very few people win a permit. However, it's also a great portion of the trail because most of it is fairly flat. In the summer, you can go for a swim. Because we were there in the fall and it was pretty cold, we ended up going for a paddle on our raft. I think that if the weather had been warmer, we would have spent more time just hanging out and enjoying the views of these gorgeous lakes. Because the sun wasn't out and it was pretty cloudy, we ended up just passing through them, taking a few photos and videos, and continuing to constantly move. But it was absolutely gorgeous. It was my favorite portion of the trail because it's flat, scenic, and you just have a great time as you walk through.
It is stunning out. There's so many larches and lakes, and we're having a great time. Right, Dale? Are you having a great time? Okay. We're taking a break. We've got 10 more miles to go. Pretty tired. Taking a breather and eating some food. Time for some rungs down.
When it was time to go down, we had 10 miles and 7,000 feet of elevation to lose.
We just hiked downhill for a while. My knee is throbbing. We still have 8 miles left or something. So, wish us luck.
I'm not gonna lie, at portions of the downhill, I was feeling really dejected and in incredible pain. I honestly couldn't really process or think a lot about things, didn't take a lot of videos, and was a little bit miserable. It also kept raining on and off, which didn't make things any easier.
Finally made it to the switchbacks. Oh, I think that means around 6 more miles to go, but who really knows? My knees are really hurting and it's raining. Ugh. We are unwell.
I'm my car.
This trail is beautiful, but also very freaking long. Feels like we've been hiking forever, right, Alp? Ah, just fell.
We started at 6 a.m. What time is it now? I don't even know. My
5:30 or something.
It's been 12 hours. We're still hiking.
So,
When's it gonna end?
Our feet were hurting and spirits were kind of low at this point.
okay, we saw cars. That means less than an hour to go. We see our car. Ah!
At this point, it's kind of a tease to see the cars because you still have 3 miles to make it down. Honestly, everything was hurting at this point and I couldn't think straight. We also got slowed down because we ended up behind a group of people who were carrying a woman down on a stretcher. I really hope she's okay. We had heard she broke her ankle. We wanted to make it down by sunset, but unfortunately we made it there right after it got dark.
We made it to the parking lot. It's dark, but we had to follow someone on a stretcher who broke their ankle, which was really sad. So there was all of us hiking in a group, basically like 10 of us. But we're here and we made it. We're back at the car. It's 7:28, so like 13 and a half hours later. 20.75 miles and 5,100 feet of elevation. And now it's time to take all of our hiking boots off and get some food and die.
That was definitely the most challenging hike that I've ever done. It was incredibly scenic and beautiful, but at times I felt like I wouldn't make it. My legs were in throbbing pain, and afterwards we had to recover for a few days. Despite all of that, I would totally do it again in a heartbeat if I got the chance. It was one of the most memorable experiences of my entire life. So make sure to like, follow along, and subscribe so that you can see more of our hiking and outdoors events.